Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. Thank you so much for joining me today for my video. I am talking about something that that not all narcissists will portray. So a lot of times on my videos, I'm talking about the middle of the bell curve in terms of when you're dealing with narcissists and people who exhibit narcissistic traits. I tend to focus more on the middle of the bell curve so that the majority of my viewers can get something from my videos. But today I want to talk about something that is more towards the end of a bell curve in terms of what's normal for narcissistic behavior. And today I'm talking about angry outbursts of narcissists. And the title of my video is called Instigators and Interrogators, and I'm going to get into how both of these personality types, the narcissist will use these tactics and these personas to draw you into a very dangerous situation where they are able to unleash their narcissistic rage on you as the victim of the whole situation. And this is one of the things that, again, it's super dangerous, and I am doing this video so that people are aware that when you start to see this behavior, you really need to start making a change. This is not something that you should be playing around with. So first of all, the way that this works, the way that narcissists will, some narcissists, I should qualify what I'm about to say by saying some narcissists don't need to do this. Some narcissists, you're speaking to them and things seem to be fine and seem to be normal, and then in the very next moment they unleash on you a narcissistic rage. And this can happen, and when that's happening, there's usually more signs of psychopathy happening there. There's more that's further down on the scale of what narcissism is. What I'm talking about is the release that most narcissists need to engage in through narcissistic rage tends to happen this way, where it isn't a one moment things are fine and then the next moment they're shouting at you. Usually what they do is they lure you into a conversation. They lure you down a road of questioning. So they'll instigate something that they want to start questioning you about. Okay, so there's going to be an incident. There's going to be a single point of, something that the narcissist clearly wants to take you down this road, so that and it only leads to rage. So for example, it could be, hey, did so-and-so message you the other day? I heard that so-and-so, you've been talking with this person. And what sounds like an innocent question is the setup for the release of the rage. When you answer the question, it'll start getting deeper. Well, didn't you say this? Well, how about this? Did you actually say this? I know that you actually wanted to do this. The narcissist will start twisting the things that you are saying. So they're both the instigator of this whole line of questioning in the first place and of the incident, which may or may not have even happened, but it's a way for the narcissist to start hurling their questions as the investigator, the interrogator about this certain thing that they need to get to the bottom of, that they're sure that you did or didn't do or said or didn't say. And the longer that this goes on, what most people tend to do is either shut down or just admit or apologize for whatever it is that the narcissist is questioning them about, because they just want it to end. So instead of actually being able to look at what the situation is comprised of, they're actually just trying to find a way out of that situation. Okay, yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I won't ever do it again. I didn't know that you would react this way. I apologize if I hurt you, if I made you feel this way. Or, I don't know, maybe you're right. Maybe a part of me did want the attention from this person, and that's why I messaged them, or whatever it was, whatever the situation is about. when you're being attacked this way, and if you're not used to, if you've not yet learned how to command your atmosphere, then you're just trying to find a way to get out of this situation. But the moment that you admit something, or say you're sorry, or shut down, or do whatever it is that you try to do to make the situation stop, is really when the rage begins. What you think will be the stop of the situation, shutting down, admitting it, apologizing, whatever it may be, is actually going to be the start of the narcissistic rage that they're about to unleash on you. And they will unleash this rage as a way to control and to form the trauma bond even deeper. You will be further isolated. You will choose to do that too. You will choose to self-isolate. Okay, I will not message any new people. I will not reach out to other people. I won't tell other people about what I'm actually experiencing. I'm going to make sure that I just follow the narcissist rules, and that way I don't upset them. You will choose to further isolate yourself and engage in the trauma bond towards the narcissist because of the rage that the narcissist will then unleash. And again, sometimes this can just be screaming and shouting, name calling, but it can also be very physically menacing as well. The narcissist may take a superior posture, like hovering over you, being very in your face, approaching you in a lunging manner. They could even force you into a separate room. They could send you threatening text messages. All kinds of physical attributes, to include physical contact with you, can occur during this narcissistic rage. This is why it's so dangerous, and I'm gonna come back to that in just a second. I want to talk to you about why this needs to be such a huge red flag. But first, I want you to understand that this rage, what it does to you beyond if there's physical contact, and if the narcissist actually physically hurts you, what it does is it teaches your body to shut down around this person, to stop having emotions, to stop having connection with people, with places, with your life that's happening all around you. You're forming your brain. You're teaching your brain to do trauma bonding with a narcissist. You're teaching your brain to not speak up for yourself, to not defend yourself, to not try to do what is right for you, but rather now appease and just toe the line of whatever the narcissist is saying to you to do, so that you don't upset them. You just want to not ever have this situation happen again. And so all of these things are occurring while the narcissist is able to, number one, release their narcissistic rage, form a deeper connection, the trauma bond with the supply, and ensure that they have a supply whenever they need it, that this supply learns you cannot stand up to or go against a narcissist. If you can see that this is the way that this road is going down, when you could tell the narcissist is doing the instigating and they're about to be an interrogator about the same instant that they are trying to interrogate you about, you can stop the narcissistic rage from happening. You need to immediately cut off contact and get out of that situation, whether you hang up the phone, you call the police, you get out of the house, you do whatever you need to do to not let the rage happen. One of the things that can happen, most narcissists are very calculated, right? Most narcissists, they learn very, very well and very quickly. They can tell exactly how much force or pressure to put on their specific victim, their specific supply. They can absolutely tell how much rage, how much control, the things that they need to say in the love bombing phase, the things that they need to do during the devaluation and discarding phase. They can absolutely tell exactly how much to apply into these situations. What happens when in the narcissistic rage, though, is that you don't know how much is being pent up that is coming out on you in that time. So you don't know how much stuff has been built up in the narcissist's life, in the narcissist's mind, that they're going to unleash. And again, this can be very dangerous because it's not uncommon for the narcissist to lose control of that situation and just expect for you to be the one to clean up the mess anyway. It is very difficult when so typically what happens is that the amount of rage that the narcissist is capable of unleashing on you is directly proportionate to the amount of charisma and you know, very jovial personality that they are in public. In other words, people are seeing this amount of what a great person he is in public, and you're experiencing an insane amount of rage and of devaluation at home. They match each other. Again, this is dangerous because not only is it is there more pressure to maintain this facade, this picture that the narcissist has created, that maybe you have also created along with the narcissist, you know, of the perfect family or whatever. But it limits the amount of people who are about to be your allies when you want to leave the narcissist after experiencing narcissistic rage that spills over into physical abuse or sexual abuse or when you just cannot take the emotional and mental abuse anymore. It limits the amount of allies because people are going to know him or her only as this very jovial and charismatic person who gets along with everybody, who's so generous, who doesn't have an evil bone in their body. So you isolate yourself even further, even when it's time to get out, when you've had enough and when you're ready to leave. It can be hard to find allies because the greater the facade that the narcissist has ensured that they have constructed with those people around you. It's not impossible, of course, to get out when this has happened. I just want you to be aware that when you see that when the narcissist engages in these patterns of starting to bring up an incident, they're the instigator of what is about to be a very dangerous situation for you to be in. It's important that you start getting used to recognizing these types of patterns. One of the things that I talk about on this channel, and I talk a lot about the trauma bond and how to break it, and the number one thing I tell you to start doing is to write everything down. You make a timeline, you journal to yourself about what is happening. Because the gaslighting and the trauma bond can be so strong that you don't trust your own memories and you won't trust your own instincts. You know, is this person actually behaving this way, or is this person truly very loving and the person that they are during the love bombing stage, which I talk about all the time on this channel, how to tell which one is actually the real person. But if you don't start making a timeline or keeping track of what is happening in your own words for your own self, the longer and the further down this road you're going to continue to go. So that's the place that you can start breaking the trauma bond, is to keep a journal for yourself about what is actually happening. So you guys, I hope that this video has helped you identify the point in time when the narcissist is trying to find an outlet for their narcissistic rage to come out. When you see that they are starting to go down the path of being the instigator as well as the interrogator, you need to end the interaction with the narcissist at that point. Even if you're not ready to go no contact with a narcissist, you need to end the contact with a narcissist at that point, because it can get more and more dangerous for you to remain in that situation. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel below and turn on the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.